Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it's time for a lower body day. I apologize for any background noise in my printers and stuff turning on and off. The power is flickering for the last pretty much day here. I don't know what's going on with the weather and the wind, but my computer's all on a backup supply so I can keep recording and editing and stuff while it's happening, but this vlog needs to get done. So, we're just kind of running with it, but just a note on any background noise. So I did a really easy training max there, just a nice 425, really deep, well below parallel squat. Here's something I thought about. When I made that coffee chat this morning, I've looked at this, and one of the things I've noticed when I'm doing this 20 sets of body part, I feel like I am training lazy, okay? I have noticed, and I feel like I'm developing a degree of laziness trying to make it through 5 sets of more than one exercise for muscle group, in the sense that I am holding back on the early sets entirely too much. And when I look at it, yeah, there's a lot to be said for the really high volume, but 12 sets for main muscles, if I train really hard, can absolutely stimulate 99% of our growth. We're doing all that extra volume chase in small amounts. And really, where should the extra volume be going? It should be going to weak links. Where are my weak links? My arms. My triceps and biceps need that extra love. Okay, but I can do that by doing exactly what I've been doing with just more reasonable volumes, but going harder. In other words, like when I'm doing all these different movements, notice these, I'm going heavier on all this and still kind of hitting the same reps. I'm training harder though. I'm like, let me cut everything down to 3 sets of each exercise. I really like my exercise selection right now, right, for upper and lower. And I really like that me trying to push the volumes up has forced me to get creative with calf stuff and leg extensions. And it's like, okay, we've done all this, but we really need to be chasing progression, okay? I need to be adding weight or adding reps if we want to get bigger. I need better quality sets, and let's be honest, I feel like trying to chase 10 sets for every muscle group every single workout, again, especially 5 sets of each exercise, I'm training lazy. I am holding reps back big time. Now, do I feel like I've looked better and made progress? Yes, but I can do that in half the time. I could literally spend half the time doing that and feel like I'm not being lazy, because there's a certain point where it just starts to feel like cardio. But again, the valuable lessons made me get creative to get more exercise selection, made me say, hey, I do need to be doing a bunch of really high rep stuff too. Let's do all of this. So that's exactly what I did. You guys will notice when I got to the final 3 exercises, I really pushed that stuff. We're pushing the weights up for really high reps. But what I'm also doing, I like the training maxes, but do I need 2 of them? What is the benefit we get from training maxes? We just need 1. So I think alternating a squat and a deadlift will be good. I will eventually start working a bench in. Why can't we get away with it? If I'm only doing 6 sets of chest presses both upper days, it's totally workable. It's absolutely workable. It can absolutely be done. So let's get over to this session, and what did we do? We did a nice easy 425 training max on the squat. I'm going to keep ramping that stuff up to where training maxes, get heavier and heavier. Keep them at what feels about 90% to 92%. I think that's a nice sweet spot. And like I said, I'll probably start doing the same thing with benching fairly soon. I don't know that I care about it just yet. Probably, though, somewhat soon. So what do we do here? We just did 3 sets of these exercises, but I managed to get 10 reps. I've been doing like 10s on those GHRs, which is my body weight. I grabbed a 10-pound plate, and I'm like, let me just get more aggressive. I got 10, 10, and then 11. All right, those belt squats, I'm like, let me put another 20 pounds on. Instead of 200, I did 220. Let me sink it till the plates touch the floor. A nice wide stance and just get aggressive. Notice on the last rep, they were slow. I got 10 and 10, and I couldn't get 10 on the last. I got 7, it was getting hard. 8 felt like I only had about 1 rep in reserve, so I racked it. It was actually a little bit of a struggle. Keeping in mind, my grinders are faster than most people's. I think people forget that. They've seen me hit true maxes, and they're like, dude, it looked like you could have done 5 reps with that. and it's literally 100% of what I had. Like even, a major PR. Like when I pulled the 635 deadlift, I'm like, guys, that was literally 100% maximum effort. But because it went up in just like 2 seconds. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, so for these sets, they were tough. And I dug in, I'm like, let me just tap the plates to the floor. And the only way I can get deeper is to find some other thing to do. So you guys will notice there's even spacers underneath those plates so that I can get more range of motion. But they felt deep, I felt plenty of activation. I went 20 pounds heavier. But again, because I'm not holding back, I'm not trying to just get through the set because, it's like, I gotta do 5 sets, let me try to rush it. I'm like, no, let me get in, make sure those plates touch the floor, and just drive hard. Okay, let's get quality sets, get some stimulus. So I did the same with the geochords. We get to the calf raises. I've been doing like 12 reps with this. I got at least 16 on all the sets. I'm like, again, let me just push it harder. I only have to make it through 3 trisets of this stuff. That's it. So I did each of the sets, and then I took about a minute and then repeated the circuit each time. But I'm like, let's push these sets, to within 1 rep of failure. Okay, I think a lot of my arm work, when I start doing it tomorrow, my pull-ups and stuff, I may take a lot of that stuff to failure, right? Because we can. I mean, so I'm only going to do, 3 sets of exercise. Let's just push it. But we can do high reps, I mean, when we're doing this, we don't have to go the other way. All right, the leg extensions, I'm like, same thing. Here we go. I put another 55 on. I'm like, let me get these controlled. I now have the groove down on this. I got between 20 and 30. I got like something like at least 22 reps on every set. The 3rd set, I took it all the way until I felt like I couldn't get another rep, and it was around 30. So even these, the first couple sets, they burned, but I didn't push them all the way, so I need to work on that a little more. I got a great quad burn though. But again, it's like we only got to do 3 sets. We can make it. We can make it through. It's only 3 sets. Okay? The mindset difference. And that's the problem with the high volume. Again, in practice, if you can do it, I think it can work great. But I noticed for me, the set quality is lacking. And it's because I'm psychologically holding back. Because I'm like, dude, I got to make it through 30 or 40 sets of workout. All right, well, this is not optimal. Because then my sets are lower quality. Same thing on that benching, I'm doing all those really wide grips, so it's harder, so 225 is kind of hard. But I'm like, I know I have reps left on the first set, but then I get to the 5th set, and sometimes I can only get 8 or 9 reps because I'm so fatigued. But I'm like, I could be getting more than 10 with that for the first 3. Same thing with the pull-ups. Dude, I only got to do 3 sets. Why am I stopping at 10? I really need to be pushing that rep count up. All right. Notice on the seated calf raises, we went with 315. 315. Yeah? We still got over 20 reps a set. All right, I like that setup. Now, it is hard to put that 315 in my lap and set it back up. It's actually easy to sit down, but re-racking it, that's the difficult part. It's the re-racking. But yes, these final exercises, I really focused on the quality of reps, trying to control everything, trying to get the bit of squeezing, and they're still all 20 plus reps. This is all stuff in that's like the 20 to 30 rep range here, but again, trying to progress on it, right? I am trying to progress. Again, but trying to control that, getting that strap in a spot where it's not chewing my ankles up. You guys notice, like if you guys noticed what my ankles are looking like the last couple of days, that is literally from me bleeding and the skin coming off, and I was doing this the first day and second day. All right, so the socks, I have to do them for this. But notice it's further out, which makes it harder. It's further down my feet now. Again, got a great burn in the quads. My quads got a really good workout. Okay, this worked great. My low back got a really good workout because now that I've got this on there, I'm like, let me just really try to control those reverse hypers. Okay. Let's get some set quality. And yes, I'm definitely still getting leaner. I think people are really, I'm not losing weight at this point. Now I feel like I'm recompositioning. Some old muscle memory is kicking in. And I think as I adjust this training, I think it's going to go really good. just for the record, I am all plant-based at this point. So just an FYI, I have now been a week of only plant-based and I'm still improving. So definitely no lack of protein, right? No lack of protein. But again, this training felt better, right? And it wasn't grueling, even though the individual sets were harder. It's not taking me 2 hours to finish this. And you get in, and then I gotten so used to these longer workouts that I come in and do this. I was like, this wasn't hard at all. Outside of the training max, it was like, 18 sets and done, which sounds like a lot for lower body. It does, and it really is, but I've gotten used to the other stuff. But this is how I'm going to look at all this. What do we need? About 12 good sets. And we're getting enough exercise variation. There's no reason we can't stimulate extremely good muscle growth. And I think the other problem with, now that I've experimented with the higher volume, how am I supposed to promote and coach that? Okay, so I make progress and then I'm promoting stuff and then, people hire me as a coach. Any you guys think your clients are going to train that way? That's the big problem with the coaches and other people. Okay, fine, so you do that, but are you really going to put your clients on that? Do you think your clients are going to follow that long term? 20, 30 sets of muscle group? No. Now again, my arms are going to get more, but it's the same thing there. We're going to follow that same approach. I'm going to count the big movements. It really is my direct arm work, even though they are. So really arms are still going to get over 20 sets, right? But only 12 of it's going to be direct isolation work. And I want that work to count. I really want to start taking most of those sets to failure, right? Because my arms need it. I'm going to have to train the arms hard, just like I'm doing here, training the legs hard. I'm going to train the arms hard. But yeah, that 315, big difference on these versus when I was trying to do just 135 with 3 plates. But again, we'll see the calves grow. We'll see the calves grow. And again, that calf growth is really good for the fat loss. Why? How much do walking around with bigger calves, how much does that impact your energy turnover? I think it affects it a lot. Just saying, guys. All right. But yeah, I think when we're seeing all this footage of this sitting down stuff, it is apparent I've definitely improved my body composition, and we're going to continue to do so. We're going to continue to do so. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.